streets here through Avalon, and the vehicle just taken off here from the officers westbound. So we'll see what the driver does here. Well, he got a lot of traffic up ahead, unfortunately, and we'll see what the driver decides to do, if he stays on here on this major or turns. Here we go through the turn pocket, red light, and is going to continue westbound here on Carson. Oh, no. Oh, wow, what a move there. Onto the sidewalk to get around traffic. Red light goes right through that signal. Boy, a dangerous situation. This driver desperate to get away, and continuing to show that. We'll see what happens here at the next intersection. A lot of traffic here. He's going to go through that turn pocket. No, he's going to make a left turn here. Oh, he skids out there, wet streets, and he's going to lose control a little bit there, but gain control back. Now he's going to turn into a parking lot here. This might be an apartment. It's an apartment complex. He goes into the carport, and we'll see what happens here if the driver comes out running. The airship overhead, there goes one running out. Don't know how many people were in that car at this point. We just saw the one come running out of there. But the units are there on the street looking for. Here he goes. He's going up the stairs and into one of the apartments there at the very top of the back of that apartment complex. That's where we were seeing him last go into. So we'll see if the officers are able, or the deputies are able to get up in there and find him. But the airship has eyes on the guy that took off running. Here he comes back out, trying to find a way to get around. And I'm going to have my pilot, Anton, fly the monitor, Anton, and move forward. And he's going to continue to go through that upper level here. And we'll see if he pops out onto the street. But those deputies are down there, right there, waiting for him. Yeah, Mike can share that little door on that playhouse is open, is cracked open a little bit. So I want to get another look at it. When we come back around, I'm gonna double in and see if we can see inside there to see if we see any movement. But you can see it looks like it's propped open just a little bit. There's also another some sort of tent object there that he could have gotten into. So there really, we haven't seen that person come out yet. So he's either inside, made his way inside the apartment possibly, or in one of those two little structures there outside of the apartment right now. I can tell you though, as I come out wide here, they had one person detained. They just put him in one of these units here. It looked like it might have been a female that may have been in the vehicle that didn't run. So we'll see. We'll try to get word on if that person was in the car or not. But they have detained that person. But for now, we're looking at this area here on the second floor of this apartment complex. Yeah. We don't. I'm trying to listen to the sheriffs talk about this situation. I did see briefly that person being detained and then put into one of the vehicles there, but no word on whether that person was in the vehicle or possibly got out and was walking around in that carport area when the pursuit terminated. That driver definitely running up the stairs there. So we never saw a second person come out of there because we stuck with the driver. But at this point, we're waiting on word if that person was in the vehicle or not. But in the meantime, they are talking about the tent and they are talking about the playhouse. So there's only one of three options that got into that apartment, or one of these two, tent or the playhouse. Thank you. Okay, appreciate it. We'll keep your shot going. Slide right a little bit. All right, that's it. Hold that spot there. Go ahead, go ahead. Copy that. Copy that. Thanks for the heads up. Well, thank you for joining us on the web. This is Gil Avis up in Sky 5 over the termination of a police chase. It was the Sheriff's Department, Lakewood Sheriffs, that went in pursuit of a stolen vehicle, and it led those deputies in pursuit onto several freeways, the 710 and the 405, ending up here off of Carson Street. Now, the vehicle turned into this carport, into this apartment complex. The driver jumping out running, and it ran up these stairs here that you're seeing the deputies come up. Now they're going towards where we last saw the suspect, right here in one of three spots, either that toy house, the tent. Okay, we see movement in the tent. Anton, slide right. Slide right if you can, and we're almost directly over it. Here he comes. He's coming out of the tent with his hands up. And that's going to be it. The driver jumping into that tent and is going to be taken into custody. He had nowhere to go. He went into, tried to make it into a couple of apartments, went into this area and obviously hid inside that tent. We thought maybe that he was inside of that dollhouse or that playhouse, but that's not the case. The driver went into that tent trying to hide from law enforcement and has come out with his hands up here in custody. But a dangerous pursuit. We saw this driver at one point jump up onto the sidewalk on Carson Street to get away from those deputies that were chasing him, and continue to run multiple red lights until he ended up here in this apartment complex. This is off of Montea Avenue and off of Carson Street. But the driver in custody. A second person also has been detained. Unknown if that person was in the vehicle or not. We can't see the vehicle right now, but the vehicle ended up right in this area here underneath this carport, and then the driver jumping out and running. So here is the driver being walked out to the squad cars. One other person detained. We'll see if that person was in the vehicle or not. It looked like the second person was a female that was detained, and we don't know at this point if that person was in the vehicle at the time of the pursuit or if that person was just walking around here. And we'll work all that out. But again, the suspect here finally taken into custody. And there's the tent that the driver jumped into and tried to zip up the opening there as much as he could. There was a slight opening. It looked like that he could have been in there or in this little dollhouse that had the door propped open just slightly. So we weren't sure which one, or if he actually made it into the apartment itself, but that looks like it was locked. He had nowhere to go and ended up deciding to go into the tent.